Good Morning Show starts now.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on the Good Morning Show on this Wednesday morning, 5 o'clock on the dot. If you're getting ready to head out the door, and boy, oh boy, you can't ask for a better forecast. Yesterday was awesome.
Did you find it warm or you find it humid? You thought that it was okay?
Well, I was spinning by the pool.
Okay,
so it was great.
That's a beautiful thing by the pool.
Yes.
Now, do you go in or just lay there? Because is the water a little cold?
The water's cold.
Okay.
But if you lay there long enough and you get hot, then it's refreshing,
okay.
right?
I mean,
yeah.
I look every morning at the Gulf of Mexico temperatures. Near shore's up to 72, so it's starting to get there. And yes, it is pool weather. It is beach weather because it is getting a little toasty outside. We got high of 89 officially yesterday, so not quite breaking that invisible barrier, just a little bit north of 89. And hopefully we don't get there over the next couple of days. We'd love to push that back as long as we can, because once we take that lid off, it usually stays off probably until October. So we'll hold these temperatures for as long as we can. We're starting off in many spots in the 60s this morning. We'll see if a couple of numbers can dip into the upper 50s, but I think a lot of us are going to start around 60. Highs today should easily get past 85. How far past 85 is going to have a lot to do with who has more sunshine, who has more clouds. Here are the numbers around the region, from the 61s in Quincy and Liberty County to the 67 in Madison to the 69 in Hamilton. We're at 64 in Perry, and we're at 63 in Thomasville. Be looking for some of that fog again this morning. We've got a little bit more moisture. It is a little bit more humid, but so far most visibility numbers are up near 10 miles. I don't see a lot moving into the southeast still. The setup is still the same. That old boundary to our north just can't get here. It's likely going to fizzle out. Higher pressure behind it, cooler air behind it stays there. And we sit in this warmer air mass for several more days. Now, there are some changes coming, maybe next week, but I think we've got the rest of this week and the weekend with more of the same. I'll break that all down. We'll take a look into the longer range forecast in just a couple of minutes.
In our continuing coverage, the Big Bend community coming together for a memorial service for Lorie Paige last night. The service comes nearly 3 weeks after investigators found her remains in Thomas County, Georgia. Paige had been missing for nearly 2 years. Photojournalist Sam Thomas went to Lorie's memorial service in Tallahassee to see how her hometown said their goodbyes.
Lorie was a kind, compassionate, fiercely loyal, strong sense of morality, and an undeniable charisma that's so rare to see in someone so young.
She ran from class to class just to be sure she was never tardy. She was attentive and tried to get every answer correct on any worksheets or handouts that we did.
She definitely made an impact on my life, and I will forever miss her immensely.
We won't allow her memory to sleep there in the forest. We brought her memory back to Tallahassee, and tonight we're going to celebrate the memory of little Lorie Paige. This is the closure that we needed, the answer that we got. Let's come together as a community. Let's work together. Let's love on each other, because Lorie could have belonged to any one of us.
It meant a lot to her when you would say something as simple as, "Good job." Looking back, I see that she wanted us to be proud of her.
I mourn not only for our community's loss, but for the whole world and the positive force that it was denied, which was a shining source of light that was dimmed far too soon.
We won't forget little Lorie.
This young lady, we are proud to say, she was indeed a tiger.
Paige's father is charged in connection to her death. He was denied bond in his first court appearance and is barred from having contact with several of his family members.
The Florida State community also coming together to find ways to recover and heal after last week's deadly shooting on campus. Last night's baseball game at Dick Hauser Stadium was about more than baseball, as they honored first responders and invited staff and students onto the field. Our Ryan Kelly will have more on that moment of reflection in just a few minutes. Now, it's not just athletics providing support and community. Members of an FSU fraternity giving out free meals for hundreds of students and first responders as a way to bring people together. Sigma Pi Epsilon cooking for anyone attending while also raising money. One student, Charlie Lamb, says many of his friends were around the Union last Thursday and are traumatized by that shooting. Because of that, he says they wanted to create a space where people can lean on each other and work through this experience together.
really it hurt our community, and I feel like this barbecue is going to be a great opportunity to be able to bring everyone together and unify everyone and help everyone heal, and then also help out the victims and the victims' families of the deceased, so that we can give back.
Lamb says all the money donated will go straight to the families of the 2 people killed, along with the others who were hurt.
Furry Friends also helping bring out some smiles on FSU's campus. Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare providing dozens of therapy dog teams. Lutheran Church Charities has also deployed several teams from across the Southeast. It's all in an effort to make students and staff process their emotions as the university navigates its final 2 weeks of the academic year.
And we're just trying to provide some joy for our students and let them know we care and provide a sense of unity and community, and it feels good to all be together.
Of course, alongside the therapy animals, FSU shared its counseling center and health services are open to students and staff who may need that support. And coming up at 5:30, our Brianna Shaw spoke with a woman about the day of the shooting and has details on that traumatic experience.
Some continuing coverage in South Georgia. The Pelham Police Department says they're demanding change in the community after 2 teens were injured in a drive-by shooting Saturday. Now, it happened outside a duplex on Welch Street in Pelham. Police arresting a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old in connection to that shooting. Authorities say they're still investigating if the shooting was gang-related, but they say the city's Change Project is a program designed to help combat youth violence.
We've noticed the uptick in the violence that occurs with the younger generation, with the youth, and we see the need to reach out to the youth to intervene before they become involved with gang activity or otherwise destructive behavior, and to have some positive role models and some positive influences in their life that they can turn to other than the streets.
The teens arrested are facing several charges, included aggravated assault and 4 counts of drive-by shooting.
In Grady County, deputies arresting a man after a vehicle accident yesterday afternoon. The sheriff's office says 28-year-old Cedric Cromartie was driving on Highway 111 South when his tire came off the axle and hit the driver behind him. Deputies say due to the tire hitting the other vehicle, the driver suffered minor injuries. Cromartie was arrested and charged for driving with a suspended license, driving without insurance, and driving with a suspended registration. He is currently being held at the Grady County Detention Center.
Georgia Senator John Ossoff is working to reduce the shortage of medical professionals in the state. The senator co-sponsoring the Resident Education Deferred Interest Act. This would allow recent medical school graduates to defer their student loan payments while they serve in a medical or dental internship. The bill's goal is to encourage younger people to go into the medical industry. A report from the Association of American Medical Colleges shows the average debt for medical school grads is $200,000. And also at the Georgia Capitol, restrictive abortion ban is leading to confusion in the medical field. Yeah, a new study is revealing that near total ban on abortion is causing doctors to wait to treat women facing serious complications during pregnancy. Abby Kasouras explains how delayed care is impacting patients.
Georgia's Right to Life Act means women cannot get an abortion after a heartbeat is detected around 6 weeks. There are some exceptions, like when the life of the mother is at risk. According to the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists who assisted in the study, the language of that law is confusing and, quote, many clinicians on the ground are raising questions like how sick is sick enough to intervene.
Is it when she just runs a fever? Is it when she has obvious signs of infection? Is it when she's on a ventilator in the ICU and we've got her on pressors?
Athens OBGYN Laura Hart recalls a patient, a mother pregnant with twins. Doctors waited days for an infection to set in instead of terminating her pregnancy. She says the fetuses had no chance of survival. In the survey, she explains, in this situation, you can save the mother or you can save nobody.
So no one did anything. And she continued to get sicker and sicker to the point that when I came on call, she was on a ventilator in the ICU on the verge of death.
In the past, Republicans have repeatedly defended the state's abortion ban after leaked information from the state's Maternal Mortality Review Board. News nonprofit ProPublica reported the board determined the deaths of 2 Georgia mothers who died from abortion complications were preventable. State Senator Ed Setzler helped write the legislation and feels Georgia's Life Act strikes a careful balance with clear exceptions.
Her health care providers had every mechanism they needed within our law to save her life.
Hart contests Georgia's abortion ban is putting women at risk. Her stories and stories of others detailed in the survey compiled by Georgia Senator John Ossoff and the ACOG.
If we continue along this path and we have, see stricter and stricter laws be put in place, all we're going to see is more women dying.
Georgia's maternal mortality and maternal morbidity numbers are some of the worst in the nation. According to a March of Dimes report, 169 Georgia women died between 2018 and 2021. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Casores.
Still to come on the Good Morning Show, another streaming app is cracking down on password sharing. We have that and more in entertainment news.
All right, our forecast is not going to change an awful lot over the next couple of days. I think we're going to be seeing the very top of the 80s each afternoon. We're probably going to start near 60. We're going to notice that little twinge of humidity. We'll talk about any changes on the horizon in just a couple of minutes.